Protection experts are warning about a potential scam. It could be coming ahead of the NFL draft.
Yeah, the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection says scammers are finding discreet ways to steal your card's information. Scammers use devices called card skimmers, which can be secretly installed on ATMs and retail checkouts. You've heard about them, I'm sure. These devices record card information during transactions, and sometimes a fake keypad is even added to capture your PIN. While DATCP recommends making purchases with credit cards because they offer built-in protections against fraud, consumers should still keep an eye out for faulty payment readers.
Be sure that it's a secure payment area where there isn't any wiggling or jiggling of the device, where really that would just be something laid over the payment device, where that skimmer is trying to gather all that personally identifiable information off your credit card.
DATCP also recommends checking in with official event sources like the NFL One Pass app when registering or making purchases for events related to the draft.